Hey guys, welcome back. So I'm going to be showing you guys how I did the same color powder refill. I'm going in with a coarse drill bit and I'm gently removing the gel top coat. You don't want to remove any extra acrylic unless you're removing any lifted areas, but when you're doing this process and you're only going in with the same color, you want to gently remove the top coat only. If you feel like you do need certain areas that need to be filled in, then you can go in with clear acrylic over what you filled in. But for me personally, I don't feel like it's necessary, so that's why I try to remove just the gel top coat only, so that way I don't have to go in with clear acrylic. But if your acrylic is super thin after drilling off the top coat, you do want to go in with clear acrylic. But in this case I didn't have to, but I'm also going to go in and remove any lifted areas that I see, but clearly I don't have too much lifting going on, so I didn't have too much to worry about. But the middle finger kind of had a little bit of lifting, so I'm just going to go in and remove what was lifted. Alright, so I'm going to list every bit that I used in this video, but this bit pretty much lifts the cuticle from the nail bed. So that just makes it easier for me to go in with my nipper and remove the cuticle. So this is what this drill bit does. So I'm just going to lift the cuticles as much as possible, so that way I can make room to remove any excess cuticles. So I'm just going in with my nipper and I'm just removing the areas that I lifted only. You don't want to go further because you're going to cut your client, but pretty much the areas that are lifted off of the nail bed, that's what you want to go in and cut off. If you feel like you need to go in and cut some more, don't, because I've made mistakes like that where I felt like I could go in and, cut some more, and then I end up accidentally cutting my client. So you don't have to do too much, because we're going to go in with another bit to make sure we remove as much cuticle as possible. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my fine sanding band, and I'm just going to remove the shine off of the natural nail bed so we won't get any lifting when it comes down to applying our acrylic. So I typically focus on the natural nail bed and the lifted areas as well, just in case I missed any areas that were lifted. I'm going to go in and try to blend in the acrylic in with the natural nail bed, but you want to be as gentle as possible because you don't want to hurt your client. My speed is typically between a 5 and 7 when doing this process, so you want to be gentle when you're doing this. Okay, so now I'm going to dust off the excess dust, and then I'm going to go in with this bit, which pretty much just lifts the cuticle. It's pretty much like a cuticle pusher, but I'm using a bit instead. People use bits for all kind of different reasons. I use this for this, but I see people use this bit on the skin. I don't do that. I use it just to push the cuticles up some more. And then I'm going to go in with my dehydrator and then my primer afterwards, so our acrylic could adhere to the natural nail bed. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with a small bead, and I'm going to place it just above that nude, and then I'm going to gently push it upwards and then drag it down. Alright, now I'm going to clean up the sides and just remove any excess acrylic that might have gotten onto the skin. And then I'm going to go over the cuticle as well, because you don't want any lifting. Alright, so now I'm going to go in with my 100 grit hand file and get my shape back. As you can see, there's not too much shaping to do because we didn't do a full set, so it's not going to be as lumpy as it would be if you were doing a full set. So try not to overfile when doing this process. So I'm pretty much just going to clean up the sides and get the shape that I'm looking for. Alright, so now I'm going to go in with my fine carbide bit, and I'm pretty much just going to smooth everything out, especially around the cuticle area since that's where we filled in at. And then I'm going to file the rest down just in case any nude acrylic might have gotten onto the white. And then I'm going to go around the cuticle area just to remove any acrylic that might have gotten onto the skin so we won't get any lifting. So now I'm going to go in with my buffer to remove any specks that might have gotten left behind, so when it comes down to laying our gel top coat, we can have a smooth application. Alright, so now I'm going to go in with my Kiara Sky gel top coat, and I'm just going to apply my gel top coat as thin as possible. Little goes a long way. You don't want to add too much, but if you do, we're going to clean off the sides before curing it under the lamp for 60 seconds, so that way we won't lose our shape. Alright, so afterwards I'm going to go in with my cuticle oil, and that is it for this video. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. I know I get a lot of questions on how to do fills on French, so I hope this was helpful. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notification bells on so you guys can get notified whenever I upload, and I'll see you in the next one.